Okay, hi everyone, welcome back, and in this update we are going to check out JasmyCoin's price chart, and I'm going to tell you why the structures in here do look sort of kind of odd, but I do think there is a roadmap for the short term, let's say for the next 1 or 2 3 weeks. So are you ready? Let's dive in and see what is going on. And first things first, if you remember the last time that we talked about Yasmi, we were right around, I believe, these areas, and the idea was that this seems to be kind of a strong move down, maybe a 1 2 3 4 5, and followed by that we are having an ABC, which sort of kind of, I believe I said, got confirmed when in this phase down in Yasmi we took this important low of our B leg, and this suggested to us that in Yasmi, more likely than not, we are going to have yet another move down in order to take the lowest low down here about, let's say, 1.6 cents. So have we done that yet? Let's just do this, and it seems like that yes, by like a very small margin we have taken the lowest low. However, I really have doubts about whether this move on the downside was actually it. I think we might be doing something else in Yasmi. Now, before we talk about what is going on in this region, let me tell you, overall I am actually very optimistic. Why is that? Let's just go around here. You see, if you want to argue that we're gonna have our final low around here, then okay, naturally you need to be able to find off of the lowest low a 1 2 3 4 5 wave on the upside. Now, this specific example is an impulse. Rules for it are we should not have overlapping of the waves between wave 2 and 4, and in any kind of 5 wave. Wave 3 is not allowed to be the smallest wave. This is a big no-no in Elliott waves, and in terms of the sub waves, you know what, 5 wave up into wave 1 3 and 5. There we go. And for wave 2 and 4 we can have many different possibilities. Let's say, yes, sure, an A B C D E, a triangle into wave 4, and yep, a WXY into wave 2. Now let's go on the live chart and see what is happening. So as you can see, what do we have off of the lowest low? I think this is a clear-cut impulse up into a wave 1, correction for wave 2, 1 2 3 4 5 wave into wave 3, followed by most likely a running flat ABC into wave 4 and another move into wave 5. So this is, in my view, a very optimistic sign, indicating maybe in Yasmi the final low is already in. And if that's the case, okay, on some higher degrees we are having some magnificent bullish setups. For example, I can tell you this is going to be a wave 1, correction for wave 2, and what's next? Beautiful move up into wave 3 4 5. And even at that point our move up is not going to be over. No, on a higher degree that's going to be into this wave 3 followed by a correction for 4. And what are we going to have next? You know the answer. Again, yet another strong move up into wave 5, and I think we might end up getting an extension structure into our wave 5, meaning in this phase you are going to see something very special from Jasmy. So in terms of midterm price action, I'm thinking we are looking very much bullish. Now let's go on 15-minute time frame and talk about what is happening in this region. So we can consider different counts. One possibility suggests that this is, for example, ABC up into A, correction for wave B, and another move up into our C leg. But here's a problem. Even if you want to say this is an ABC flat, which in this phase up we got very close to this important height, then okay, into your C leg you need to be able to find a 5 wave. And are you going to say this is 1, this is 2, and maybe to about this point is a wave 3 followed by like an A B C D E, a triangle to here into wave 4, another move up into wave 5. Like, do not get me wrong, this count is absolutely allowed. However, the shape of this thing is really looking odd to a degree that is going to make me say maybe this shouldn't be my primary case. So what is it that I'm trying to say? You see, I'm thinking in Yasmi it's not really going to hurt for us to consider the possibility of having an ABC, either in form of a running flat or maybe an expanded flat. I'm going to tell you in a bit what's the difference. So in a flat structure, we are going to have our initial move up into a correction for wave B. In this phase, sometimes we can take this important low, sometimes we are not going to take it, doesn't really matter, and then we're gonna have yet another move up into our ceiling. Now, in case of a running and also an expanded flat for our wave B, we are absolutely going to take this initial low. And for wave C, okay, this is the difference. If we are not going to take the height of our A leg, this is called an ABC running flat. if we are going to take it, it's going to be an expanded flat. Nonetheless, subwaves are going to be very much the same. ABC up into A, ABC or maybe a WXY, not really important, into B, and a 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 wave on the upside into wave C. And now let's go on the live chart and count some waves, because I'm going to say probably from this point moving forward, a lot of these structures are going to make more sense. So I think we can all agree this is a very slow and choppy move up, and this is a strong move down. This is also yet another strong move on the downside. So in terms of the shape of them, I'm thinking this is 5 wave down, this is correction up, this is another 5 wave down. So maybe this is an ABC in form of a zigzag structure. And pay attention to what is happening right here, right now. This seems to be quite a good move up, right? Maybe it's gonna be like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave impulsive structure. And on a higher degree, I'm thinking it might be into a wave 1 followed by a correction for wave 2, and what's next, decent move up into wave 3, 4, 5, which in it we may even take this high right in here about 1.8 cents. Now, because we may see this move up from the lowest low in the current area, a lot of people at that point are going to flip like 100% bullish in Yasmi. However, please remember that at any given moment, we should be able to come up with a bullish and also a bearish count at the same time, in the interest of being 100% objective. Okay, this is the key point in here. So sure, you can say this is going to be like 5 up into 1, correction for wave 2, and then we're going to get magnificent move up into wave 3, 4, 5. Do not get me wrong, this scenario can be in play. However, I think you need to also have this scenario in the back of your mind, suggesting this is ABC up into A, B, C structure down into wave B, and 5 wave up, sure, but into the C leg of this potential A, B, C flat structure. And also pay attention to its previous move. What are we having? A clear cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And on a higher degree, this is 5 down, this is a correction up, and well, we may end up seeing something like this after this 5 wave is over, yet another strong move down, in order to complete the sub waves for what we talked about this subject in the previous video, a beautiful looking ABC zigzag. Now, here's a very important point. When you go on a lot of other altcoins charts, you are going to realize that we are having something very similar to a head and shoulder structure, but at the moment we really haven't confirmed it yet, meaning we haven't really got a break of the neckline. However, in Yasmi, sure, I'm guessing maybe, okay, you can say this is a head and shoulder structure. However, from my POV, this left shoulder does look quite a bit odd. So what is it that I'm trying to say? In case that we're going to see a move up and then another move on the downside, you may see a lot of people arguing this is a head and shoulder structure, and we are going to go for like much lower numbers in Yasmi, and they may say according to the target of this pattern, which is the height of it from here to about this point, and let's put it at our breaking point. We're going to go all the way down here to like the 1 cent area. I need you at that point to remain calm and still sort of kind of optimistic. Why is that? I think a lot, and I really mean it, a lot depends on what is happening in terms of classic technical analysis, meaning support and resistances. And why is this important? Because recently in Yasmi, we have successfully managed to get back above this unbelievably important cluster of resistance between, let's say, 1.4 to about 1.5 cents. And I'm going to say this, and it's very important to understand that as long as overall we are staying above this level, even in like very short term, we can have a move down followed by a very strong bounce back, which will put this thing in the category of a simple fake out. I think as long as we are doing something like this, we are absolutely good to go up, and there's simply nothing to be worried about. On the other hand though, in Yasmi, if we get a strong move down and then we do a very slow pullback and we get another move down, okay, you know what, that can be like a very bearish sign, indicating maybe the next target is all the way down here about like 1 to 1.1 cents, and that is probably going to open some more doors to more downward price action. However, I do not believe in a self-fulfilling prophecy, meaning we say we're going to go down and then the price goes down. No, I think we should be optimistic and pay attention to what is happening in terms of Elliott Waves and also classic TA, and then take everything step by step. And as long as, again, you want to remember, we are staying above this level, I think any kind of move down should be interpreted as a simple retest and overall a correction structure, hopefully into wave 2, indicating the next move is going to be a big one up, and we are going to see some exciting price action in JasmyCoin. So I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in Yasmi's charts. Anyway, if you found any value in my content, I would really appreciate if you like this video and consider subscribing to my channel and follow me on Twitter. And if you want more, maybe you want a complete analysis for your own specific crypto, or maybe you want to learn some decent TA in order to be able to make good money in the markets, you can become a member and ask me anything you want. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.